Hey everybody, welcome back to Dave's Garage 249. Today we have some interesting things because I've been kind of holding off on doing some things, so I've been waiting for some stuff to come. And today the UPS driver was very kind to me, so let's take a look and see what we got. Alright, let's take a look and see what's in these boxes. This one came from Summit. And I ordered yesterday, and it's here today. So that's why I'm kind of stuck with Summit, is because they're fast. And if it's in Ohio, it's here the next day. So what I got was both carburetors on the Chevelle are going to be rebuilt, and one of them is on the bench, and it's been there for quite a while because I've been waiting for parts, but we had to get past Christmas. Trick kit for each one, and then I got a couple other things here. Let's see what else is in here. Let's see. Okay, so this is I want to show you what this is. 50cc pump, accelerator pumps. Secondaries on those carbs should have that because with a supercharged engine you really need a nice long blast of fuel, or you could go lean and burn the pistons. I have plenty of gaskets on hand because I do rebuild carburetors on the side, but I wanted to get these renew kits for each one of these for these carbs because I needed to make sure I got the correct throttle plate gaskets. So box number one, and I'll put this stuff over on the bench where it belongs, and then we'll open up the next box, and there's a hint because there's something else here too that I think you're going to want to see. Almost forgot to show you guys the wheelie bar wheels. As far as I can tell, this is what will work on my wheelie bars. I'd kind of like to have 4-inch diameter wheels, but the cool looking ones with billet aluminum centers and spokey hubs and things are about $120 a piece. Needed a 3/8 hole and width no more than 1.5. These are 1 1/4, so 1/8-inch washer on each side will center these up, and that should work real well. So here is the next item. There's a kind of a hint as to what's in the crate over there. I'll show you that in a minute, but I just thought I'd show you unboxing some of this stuff. Let's see if we can get this thing open. And it's a puzzle how to do this. There we go. This is an accessory to what I bought, so let's see if you can tell me what it is that I have coming. Looks like they got kind of jumbled around during shipping. You can see what that is. Now we'll show you the rest of the story. All right, there's another hint laying on top of the box. Maybe by now you've guessed what this is going to be. This is going to help with the wheelie bar project and some future projects. I'm going to save this crate. This thing's awesome. There's a belly pan. And I'll give you a look at it here in a minute. Let me get set up. What we have here is a Vevor mini lathe. This is 8-inch swing by 14-inch bed length. It has 800-watt motor, and it has metal change gears, which Most of the ones that you get that are a little bit smaller, they have nylon change gears, and you can upgrade for $100 and some more and buy metal gears, but I recommend metal gears. This size lathe should work pretty well for doing little things around the garage. I used to rebuild and recondition machine tools for a living, and I'm telling you that if anything that you find like a LeBlanc or a Clausing or an Atlas or Harding or whatever, they're probably pretty well wore out, and it's, unless you know how to scrape ways and do all that stuff, and I know how, but it's like, it's work. And this is probably for the $600 and some a pretty good way to go. Currently, as far as unboxing it, I'm not going to do that right this minute because I'm surprised it didn't arrive today too, but I also bought a table to set this thing on, 48-inch table, and the location in my garage is going to be over here against this wall. That's the family Christmas tree, boxed back up, ready to go back out to the storage building. So, but this is where I'm going to put it, over here, and still got some room on the wall. This is why we built garage is 28 across, and it's 26 deep over there, and it's 29 deep over here. So then I have on the other side, so what I've done is kind of arrange things in a perimeter around, and I just told my wife, you know, you just get to park your car in my workshop is what it amounts to. So that's what it is. There's the wheelie bar project. Hold on a second, and I'll go get the wheels. We'll see if they're going to fit. I think they should. I did my measurements. Okay, let's see what we got here. Looks like I made the right call. This right here is where you would have a clearance issue, is this radius right here. And actually it looks like I won't need a spacer. It's going to fit perfectly. So I just need 3/8 bolt, and what you want to do is you want to buy a really long bolt and just wind up with maybe 2 or 3 threads sticking out the other side. You want the shoulder of the bolt to be inside the axle, not the threads, otherwise it'll tear it all up. And then cut the bolt off. So that's the process there. Okay, this is kind of what I'm talking about. This one's too long. It's a socket head cap screw. But anyways, shoulder through, and then here, you know, we'll just have to go shopping. It can be a grade 2 bolt. It doesn't matter. That's not a strength issue deal here. But anyways, maybe a little bit more, but threads here, and then cut off what you don't need, and then use a self-locking nut on the end. Now, I also want to tell you too that whenever you're mounting shocks and things to your suspension, that's what you should do. Also, your rod ends on your ladder bars and where they mount onto the chassis or onto the rear end housing, same thing. You want the shoulder through and then cut off and maybe leave 1 or 2 threads sticking out the end of a nylock, because the nylon locking port is at the end. So if you don't have a full thread, not the chamfer at the start of the thread, but the full thread, so you want to see maybe 2 or 3 threads hanging out the end of that, and then you know you've got it locked for sure. No worries. So I wanted to show you another addition to the garage shop. I'm not a big fan of Harbor Freight tools, but there are things there that are, you know, work real well in the home garage. Maybe not industrial, but at the home garage they're just fine. This is a small arbor press. I run into this stuff. You could do U-joints, you could do small things in this press. It's not a problem. The weak point is probably this handle. If you if you got pushing on something, you put a bar on it, you're probably going to bend that handle. But here's the thing about them, though, is that what you have to do is these, I'm going to point to these screws here. These are for adjusting side play and end play. It's important when you're using a press that you don't have a lot of deflection when you press on something, because it'll knock it out of whack and it'll gall the heck out of the bore that you're pushing into, or maybe, you know, shove things out of square and have them pop into your chest or your face or whatever. So actually this piece is pretty good. I've adjusted these down to where that the arm moves kind of freely, and the rack goes up and down fairly nice, and I was able to get down to maybe a couple thousandths of deflection in each direction, and that's reasonably good. If a guy wanted to really get precise, you could pull this rack out and take it over, and you clean your surface plate. You can lay it on the surface plate and see, you rock one end and the other like this. I'll show you how you do this. If you want to find out if something's really straight and flat, if it pivots in the middle, you got a problem. But it should pivot about 1/3 from the end in each direction. And if it does that, it's pretty straight. Another thing you could do is put some layout bluing, well, not layout bluing, but some Prussian bluing on here, and transfer onto the part. Lay it on here, and you kind of scrub it around, and then you flip it over. This is Way Scraping 101. Then the high spots will be, you can see where it's not hit, the bluing will be non-existent, and where it has hit, you can see it'll look like splotches. And what you're looking for is the very lightest part, which is the high spot, because it's rubbed hard on your straight edge that you transferred it from. So that's kind of how you do scraping for straight. Maybe this could be improved if we did that, and maybe took a soap stone, and knocked some of the little teeny burrs from the whatever. That looks like they used a belt sander to true this up. But I checked it with calipers, and it's all within 1/1000th of an inch a square. So I don't know. I think for the money you can't beat it, really. So here's what we're going to do with the carbs. It's looking a little messy because I got parts sitting all over the place, but trust me, it'll neaten up. 750 double pump, 4-corner idling. Inboard ones get these screws that have heads on them, because you can't get a screwdriver in between the two carbs to adjust idle mixture. So I'm going to do that to both carbs inside. They're going to both get hollow accelerator pump hold down bolts, so we can make sure that we get enough fuel up into the accelerator pump shots. They're going to get, each one will get one of these 50cc accelerator pumps on the secondaries, and that's about going to be the extent of the Super Trick stuff. That will work real well. I already know what the jetting will be, because I've got carbs set on the car now. It's just a matter of one carb on the front is a 700, not a 750. The back one's a 750, and I can tell by the plug readings that the back carb is set up about right. So I'm just going to match the back carb to the front carb and get 2 matching carbs on this car. Here's something, I did a video of it, and somehow or another the video, while I was editing it, I just completely lost it. But I got these cup holders, and I installed them here in the Chevelle. Talked about before, Pro Street means kind of like Pro Street, and I see these, and I really love tube frame drag cars, and I love the workmanship and the quality that's in them. But on the street, they're a little tough to sit in for any length of time, and you know, you usually got a cage and no amenities. But anyways, time and time again at a car show, I've wished I had a place to stick the soda, or you know, stick the phone in the cup holder while I'm driving and not have it sliding all over the seat in the car. So I put those in. A real easy installation, just a couple bolts through the panel there, and I got them from these guys. And trust me, nobody sends me anything. I'm not a big time channel or anything, but I'll promote good products whether they sponsor me or not, or help me out, because I just appreciate good products, and I want you guys to know what's good and what isn't, as far as I'm concerned. Just remember though, these things are Dave's Garage 249 opinion, nobody else's. Last thing I wanted to show you is these wheelie bar, the upper rods that will wind up going from the tail end of the wheelie bar up to the rear end housing mounts. What I'm going to do, I think, not 100%, but these are 1/2 inch eyes. Usually when you buy rod ends, it's 1/2 inch through the eye is 1/2 inch fine thread into the bung end. I call it bung, but anyways, so I would rather have 3/8 inch, and I don't think they need to be this heavy. This probably was like some 2,000 horsepower Pro Mod or some, I don't know, dumb, bad mother scratcher car. I don't know what it was, but anyways. So, and the reason why I bought the lathe is because I'm going to make my own bungs. I'm going to order 3/8 by 3/8 rod ends, and I'm not really sold on rod ends being the total answer to everything on this puzzle, because I have some other things in mind. But I'll order some tubing, and then I'll know what size stock to get, and it'll probably be maybe chrome moly. I'm not sure if it's really necessary. 1018 probably would work good. Mild steel, not a big deal on these things. It's just a welding issue, so I'll check and see if welding or not is allowed. But basically what you do though is you drill a hole through the side, and then when you insert this, here it's marked right, left. When you insert this in, the plug in, and then you weld it around the end, and you weld it in a plug in your plug hole, and that secures it. But they won't need to be this long. This thing is not chrome moly. It's pretty heavy. It's probably mild steel or high carbon steel. But they've been damaged, so it might just look a lot better aesthetically to just go ahead and make some. It'll be an interesting subject and a good little project for that new lathe. And it's just got to remember that lathe is not 20 horsepower Gischholt or American whatever big industrial lathe, so we'll just have to kind of tread lightly and work with it. But the through hole on the chuck is 1 1/4 inch, which is another thing that you need to watch out for when you buy these mini lathes. 1 1/4 inch diameter, I can slide 1 1/4 inch rod through it and true it up on the lathe and make any minor boring or adjustments in it that I want. And also diameter of the workpiece, if it happens to be longer than 6 or 8 inches, can go right on through the headstock, so that'll work good. Oh, hi there, hello. I wanted to get that in the background, but it's going to be backwards. Ow! Go figure. Anyways, just wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody, and hope you enjoyed this little video and maybe learned something and saw that there's going to be some things to follow here coming up on Dave's Garage. It takes a little time to get everything set up, and I haven't really quite found my niche yet, but I think it's coming around. Also, that small lathe will come in handy for doing some model car projects too, and making little custom parts for that. So with that, I'm going to say hopefully when I edit this one I don't lose it, because it's pretty frustrating to put a good 2 hours worth of work into something and have it just poof disappear. Didn't even go to the cloud. I don't know what happened. And well, anyways, give you a better look here. No snow yet. Little freezing rain today, but anyways, I appreciate all the viewers. Please like and subscribe. Special shout out to a friend of mine, Roger Bell, who's given me some tips and pointers. Next video I'll work up something to promote his channel, and if you like and subscribe, I just would really appreciate it. Gives me some justification for spending some of this money on this stuff, and I'm retired and this is what I'm going to do anyway. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Out.